over the course of 21 years, you must have been called about other opportunities. Was it just a moment in time where you were at this point ready to hear? Or was it something specifically about CCC where you're like, oh, okay, this one's got it?
Yeah, it is hard to walk away from a place, particularly when you know you're really well respected, that you are part of the succession path. And I did, I did get a lot of calls over the years, and part of it was me being ready. But one thing that happened that was really pivotal and actually happened probably 5 years earlier is I had an employee who used to be on my team who was no longer on my team but still at Allstate. And he called me and he told me he was leaving Allstate. And he had been there over 30 years. And I was like, oh, you're retiring. And he said, no, I'm not retiring. I'm actually going to go work for this new company. I think that I can take all this learning and really make a difference. And I said, wow, what made you leave? He lived on the East Coast and he lived in New Jersey, but had Pennsylvania as some of his territory. And he was driving through, he said, a rural road. I don't know, exactly, but he saw a billboard and it said, what would you do if you weren't afraid? Your eyes are this was like phone call before we had, video. And it just was it sort of hit me in the solar plex, huh. And that stuck with me for years. But it kind of just kept percolating and percolating until I was ready to say, what would I do if I wasn't afraid? And I realized I was holding myself back from more learning, from more care. But also, there was a point where I think I was afraid to take on new assignments because what if they find out I'm not as good as what they think I am? Or that my skills are not as transferable as what we're told. And this sort of gave me an opportunity to take everything that I had learned, put myself in a very different environment. And I realized if I didn't do it soon, I'd probably just retire, at Allstate. But I thought I have to, I think I would try this if I wasn't afraid. I would take a leap of faith. And it's where I think you grow the most is when you get uncomfortable.